Now night. Okay, this is too much for me. It's like giving me lots of the ick. So hi guys, welcome to today's video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a book I wrote in 2019. So I was around 8-9. We are going to be looking at it, and I've looked at it again and I thought it would be interesting / funny to read it to you guys. So welcome to preschool again, even though I never went to in-person school, but you know, I did preschool. So welcome to preschool, and I am going to be reading for you a story today. So I'm going to actually probably not read the whole book because it's freaking 8 pages and your attention span is too good for that. The book's name is Surprises in Treasures, which doesn't exactly make sense. Like, surprises in treasures. We're just going to ignore it. Anyway, it has 3 chapters. So chapter 1 is Humble or Proud. Chapter 2 is A New Beautiful Baby. Chapter 3 is An All Over Around Liana. So let's begin. Liana Sandra stretched lazily and yawned. Then she thought to herself, will these hot summer days ever end? First off, I've never been to a country where there's summer. In my country there's no summer, so I know nothing about that, and I'm already out of breath. She did not have much time to think of that because she smelled hot pancakes steaming downstairs. Drool, her stomach growled. Quickly she jumped out of the bed, pulled out drawers, and wanted to scramble her neatly piled clothes. As she wanted to tumble out her clothes, she remembered her mother's instruction. Do not tumble out your clothes, Sandra, echoed a voice. Liana decided to obey, so she carefully put on her clothes and skipped downstairs. She found Mother in the kitchen finishing the last pancake. Good morning, Sarah, said her mom. I did not expect you to be awake so early. Mom, what's the time then? She didn't even reply to good morning, by the way, because I think it's 10 or 9. It's literally 4 O's with dashes in between. What was that for? Or maybe dot. Liana interrupted her mom. It is 6:30. Well, set up the table because I am done with the pancakes. First, Liana thought of how she hates setting the table, but she decided she would obey. When she had set the table, she wondered why Mother did not tell her to go tell Daddy to come for breakfast, but she didn't. She just stared at the clock. Suddenly, Daddy came from upstairs. In his hand he carried the car key. Daddy, why does she have to keep saying Daddy? Where are you going? Asked Liana. It's a surprise, exclaimed Daddy. Liana pulled onto his arm with excitement. She thought maybe they were going to the park or to buy yogurt bars. What the flip are yogurt bars? Or visiting her best friend Annie. First off, why is she like expecting that they are all going? I thought they just set the table so that they would eat or something, and he's going now. She expects she's going to get something for herself. Mother then locked the door and they all headed to the car. She literally spent a whole her mom probably woke up at like 5:30, let's say, made breakfast. Liana came and set the table only for them to leave. Before they started the car, Daddy prayed. Soon they were off. They drove 1 mile, 2 miles, and they almost reached 3 miles, but then the car jolted. Liana then looked out for a sign saying mall or ice cream, but there was nothing. Daddy then came out and entered an old shed in the country wood. From there he came with a poor, sad little girl. He put her in the car and they started to turn back and go home. What in the random is up with her parents? We already talked about the breakfast, but they just entered into a random shed, picked a random girl, took her home. I don't know how stuff works exactly, but like, you just take her and assume that you just take her home. I don't know. Liana then made a face of disappointment. Soon they were back, and as they got out of the car, she started to frown and head to the front door. She entered the house and sat on the couch. When the little girl mom and dad entered the house, they went straight upstairs. While there, they named her Emmy. Now back downstairs, Liana sat on the couch alone and lonely. She then decided she would then also go upstairs. She entered her room. What a sight! The clothes were neatly piled, but the bed was a shaggy mess. She decided she would spread it. When she was done, she went downstairs and found Mom and the little girl. Now she was well dressed and looked cute. So now that she's well dressed and she's not dirty anymore, she's cute, and so maybe you like her. Okay. Then a thought came in her mind. Was I humble or proud in the morning? But she was still tired, weary, and hungry. After 1 hour, they had breakfast. After that, life became joyfuller. The next day after breakfast, Liana asked, "What? The jump from that day to the next day is so vigorous. Like, you're just there, like literally anywhere. There are no paragraphs." So I guess the next day after breakfast, Liana asked, "Daddy, are we going anywhere today?" "Yes, we are going to Annie's house and to Grandy's. We will spend there for a full week." Why are they so random? They literally just adopted Emmy, and she's not even used to like having this family and all, and they're already going to her friends the freaking next day, and also to their grandmas for an entire week. Hooray, hop, skip, hooray, hop, skip, hooray. Sang Liana. First, said mother, go take a bath. Second, pack your clothes in your rucksack. Third, we will be off. Okay, said Liana, half upstairs, halfway downstairs, halfway listening and halfway running. That should be Qotd or something. Liana busted into the water giggling. She put on her clothes, a blue trousers and a pink top. She then brushed her hair, packed her clothes in her rucksack and headed downstairs. Nobody was there except her and her little rucksack. "Mommy, Daddy, I am ready," she shouted. "Can I be walking on the sidewalk going to Annie's?" "No, Patience," answered Mommy. Liana then fell backwards into the couch. "Boring," she mumbled. She waited 50 minutes, 2 seconds before they came. That is so randomly, like 50 minutes and 2 seconds. Okay. "Daddy, imagine you had stayed 50 minutes, 2 seconds just preparing and I just waiting forever," Liana said. "But you need to learn how to be patient," said Daddy, lifting up the baby. "Now we will go," said Mommy happily. Mother again locked the door and were off. "Let me call Mr. Johnny and his dad." "Why Daddy, Mommy, Johnny, Annie?" said Mom. "This is Mrs. Patrick." Oh, now she's calling. "This is Mrs. Patrick. I am well. Oh, on the way. Regards." Then she put the phone off. After an hour, they arrived. When the car stopped, Liana opened the door and hugged Annie. "Annie, oh Annie, I am so glad to see you," exclaimed Liana. "Liana, oh my best friend," she said, hugging her. "I think we last met a month ago." That's true, I guess." "True," responded Liana excitedly. Mrs. Johnny chuckled. "And to think they met 5 days ago at church," giggled Mrs. Johnny. "To add, they are cousin friends." "What does that have to do with anything?" said Mrs. Patrick, brushing an ant off her elbow. "Anyway, welcomes my Jennifer and Patrick Howard." "Welcomed, Mrs. Johnny." They then entered, sat on the couch and enjoyed a hot cup of coffee as the 3 little girls played dolls in the bedroom. With all that, the parents were talking and arranging details. "I am thinking," started Mrs. Patrick, but she heard footsteps. "Oh, Mr. Mr. Johnny. Aye. It's literally A-A-E-E-H. What is that sound? Man, I wondered where you were. Said Mr. Patrick as they all stood up. Jennifer and Patrick Howard, honored to have you. Why are they so official? Honored to have you come, said Mr. Johnny humbly. As soon as they settled, Mrs. Patrick continued, I'm thinking we could all go visit our parents, or what do you think? I am in, said Mr. Patrick. We are too. Why are they like I am in and they were already in? Okay, said Mr. and Mrs. Johnny. Thanks for requesting, miss, said Johnny. Soon the children came and were hungry and tired. They were given apples and oranges. As they ate and were told the good news, they were so excited, and after that, Liana went to help Annie pack her clothes as they talked about how fun it would be. When it was time to leave, Annie chose to have a ride in with the Patrick's family. After a while, they arrived at the gate of the farm and were very excited. It's just so, again, the jump is less vigorous, but it still is, because like no talking in the car, no like showing the scenery, no nothing. As they passed through the gate, they started jumping, singing and shouting. As they hopped out of the car, they headed near the porch swing where Grandma was swinging contentedly. They both ran and hugged Grandma. They also ran up the fields and found Grandpa in the barn, milking the cows. They hugged him too. Grandpa, can we help you carry the gallon of milk when it is full? Offered Annie. For now, I can teach you how to milk cows, said Grandpa. You go first, said Annie. Said Liana. Thank you, said Annie, sitting on the old milking stool. First get warm water and wash. Now, okay, this, what is this? This is too much for me. It's not like too much like in an inappropriate way, but it's like too much like so, okay, it's a cow, I know, it's just that it's like too much because it's like really not graphic, but like kind of, it's like giving me lots of the ick, so I'm not even going to try. Yeah, we're just going to, I guess, even like stop there. I guess that's a good point to finish up with reading the book. Yeah, and we finished the chapter, we made it. The next chapter is a beautiful baby, and I'm glad we made it. We are done with the first chapter. And yeah, that's really interesting. Actually, I know it's like I'm judging myself, like not judging but like making fun, which is basically judging myself because of like how funny and random I was. But then actually thinking about it, I was very young, so I really did an amazing job for the age I was at the moment. So I wouldn't be like, oh, you're so weird, you're so icky. It's just that I was also like a literal baby. So if you guys liked this video, let me know if you'd like me to continue reading for you My Little Preschoolers, I guess. If you want to see a part 2, a part whatever. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, like it and subscribe, and also comment down below anything you have to say, and also if you want to see a part 2 and any other video ideas you'd like to see from me. And also if you like this like style of videos, or like this editing style, or like just comment. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Jesus loves you.